Hello, everyone inside the interweb. We are AFI. We are here doing a live chat, and I hear my voice somewhere. Is that me? Oh, I was on there. I'm Davey. This is Hunter.
I'm Adam.
We are AFI. This is our live chat, and we have here some questions that you sent in to us a couple days ago somewhere. I don't know where. These were sent in the internet, from the world that you are in, which is the internet. And we're going to start by answering some of your questions that you sent in to us here. And then we're going to watch some stuff that we've got for you, a couple of video things, a couple of making ofs. And then we're going to go to some of your live questions, and we can see what you're saying right here. Hello, Taylor Rian, who thinks what I said is funny. Apparently, I don't know what I said was funny. Maybe just when I hear my voice. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So you guys want to answer a question?
Sure. I'll take the first one.
Go ahead.
The first question is from Vavara Murasheva. I hope I didn't butcher your name too much. From Russia. And she writes, "Hey guys, your music is just gorgeous. One of the best releases of 2009. And the latest video, Beautiful Thieves, really rocks. Thank you. It's such a pity there are no concerts in Russia. Yeah, that's too bad. We should work on that.
It is a pity.
Because she'd like to point out that AFI fans exist in Russia as well, so that's good to know. Anyway, her question is, what is your favorite possession and why is it so dear to you? And I suppose my favorite possession is a symbol, a little splash symbol made by Zildjian that my dad gave me, and it's from the 60s, and it's a symbol that he actually played with. He was in a lot of bands in the 60s in San Francisco, and doesn't have any of his drums left over, but he has one cymbal, and so he gave it to me, and I enjoy having that. So thank you for the question. Who's next?
I enjoy you having that. I'll go next. I have a question here from Candace Heath with a K. Jade, your middle name is Errol. Is very unique. Where did it come from? It came from my mom, and I'm named after Errol Flynn, the actor, which is cool. He was Robin Hood and some other stuff, but at the same time, he, I think, was born in Madagascar, and his parents owned slaves, and I think he was known for not only being sort of like an opium addict and a drunk, but he also was into like underage girls, like 14 and younger. So that part's a bummer. Alright, but the rest of it is totally cool, the Robin Hood part. And in 2009, AP had a poll in their readers named you best guitarist. I agree completely, but how do you feel about that? That's cool, man. Nothing wrong with that, I guess. Thanks for the people that voted for me. Hunter?
I voted for you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. I guess it's my turn. God, I can't decide. There's a lot of really great questions. You guys are doing a great job. But Joe, how would you even pronounce that?
Dobrensky?
Dobrensky.
Dobrensky.
Joe D. writes, he asks, what are your guys' opinions on collecting vinyl? Do any of you guys still listen to or collect vinyls, plural, which seems kind of strange.
I should address that. The plural of vinyl is vinyl.
Yeah, the records that are made of vinyl are, you could call them records, or you could call them vinyl as plural. Mm-hmm. You don't need to pluralize the material that they're made. And I do listen to and collect vinyl. I have an extensive collection of old R&B records, and a lot of Motown stuff and soul stuff, and I love it. It's gets to be an obsession at times, and probably start making much money on it.
Have you ever been to 1234 Go Records in Oakland, California?
I have not.
There's a newer record store in Oakland, California, which is pretty amazing in the day of record stores closing over and over and over again. And it's this boutique-y little small record store, and you go in there. I went in there the other day with Damien from Can You Curse on this program? With Damien from Fucked Up. And
Did they play?
he was just visiting. He was just hanging out. We had some vegan soul food. And he opted to go to Nations or vegan soul food right there. So I'm out here, Damon. You know, I'm not out anything.
He's a big guy.
so, but there's a good little record store.
Where is it exactly?
It is on 41st, between Broadway and Telegraph. And I think it's, they actually have a little label in there where they press records.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool. They have a lot of collectible stuff. Saw some early Coil and Sex Gang children stuff in there. And it's awesome.
Always people are saying that it's frozen, so hopefully
It's frozen.
this is actually working and not frozen.
We're talking about interesting stuff, too. That's a shame that it's frozen.
I think it's frozen for everybody, though.
Can you curse on this program? Someone heard me curse. But anyways, yeah, it's a good little record store. They're in Oakland. People who collect vinyl and can't find it in Oakland, which you can go to Amoeba too. I'm going to answer Kat's question here, Kat Scott, from Grapevine, Texas. I have no idea where that is. You guys ever seen Grapevine, Texas in our travels?
I don't think
It's probably near Dallas.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, right? Maybe someone will tell us. I bet you can because you're all on the interweb right now.
Yeah, someone
You can do
look
this
it
in
up.
like 1 second. Tell us where it is. Put up a map or something. But Cat Scott asks, please explain the bag over Davy's head. My head. Thank you so much. Cat is referring to our Beautiful Thieves video that was recently released, which you are going to see shortly in its unedited version. During the video, we attend a party of socialites. They are the Beautiful Thieves, and they know that we in AFI are on to their transgressions and plan on stopping them in their wrongdoing. And they've set us up. They've invited us there to do away with us and dispose of us. But we know that, so we allow it to happen at some point because we know that we're going to get one up on them. And so what you see with the bag over my head is me being detained.
Why didn't they try to dispose of the rest of us?
I think probably they were going to at some point. I think so. They were planning on it. Eventually that was coming.
Okay.
Slowly. They knew that you weren't paying attention to what was going on with me on the couch. You know, I guess.
You're too busy getting your ear talked off by that guy at the bar.
Right.
That's true. I would not shut up.
Yeah. You know, so we're going to now show you the making of that video for the first time, which I hope you enjoy. And I want to say that it was a lot of fun filming that video. Speaking of the guy that was talking your ear off, he was a pleasure to talk to in real life, off camera. There was a lot of great talent at that video shoot. It was really a pleasure to be working with all those beautiful young people who really, I think, made the video what it is. Without them, it would be completely different. So maybe you'll get to see some of them in the making of Beautiful Thieves right here, right now. Hello, we are back. We hope you enjoyed that. It was a good time. A little look into what goes on behind the cameras. I was really in front of the cameras, else you wouldn't be able to see it, but behind the video making cameras at our video shoots. And that was a really fun shoot. Some of our friends came by. Our friend Nick 13 from Tiger Army and our friend Ben from Scarlet Grey were there, and while we were shooting one of the outside scenes, they were fucking around in the mansion, and they got kicked out of the video shoot by the director because they were appearing in the windows, and that was a nice little moment. So that was that. I hope you liked it. Now we are going to address some of the live questions that you have for us right now. I can see them here. I think they're over there too, if you want to look over there.
Let's get some good questions.
So what do you want to know? Let's see. Brontosaurus Smokes is an awesome song. Thanks, Chris Mara.
Song.
Amy Sager loves us. Thank you. Amazing, just amazing. I love you guys so much. This is Christopher McKay. You've affected my life in such an emotional way. Thank you, Christopher. I want to be on the screen. Well, these are more statements. There's a very positive statement. Okay, while you guys figure out some question mark sentences.
Here's a question.
Go ahead.
This question is from Nathan Smith, and Nathan is from Columbia, South Carolina. He's asking us if we have any friends that we've met who are particularly memorable. We have fans, you know, all over the world, really, that we sort of see every time we go to different cities. And one set of fans that are particularly memorable are our Polish contingent. There's a group of fans from Warsaw, and they do a Polish AFI website. And we met them when we were in Austria. Do you remember? I think we played in Vienna, and they came over. And it was the first time we met them. They're great people. They do their fan site completely out of love for the band, and it's always a pleasure to see them. We're looking forward to seeing them when we go to Warsaw in April. So to all our Polish fans, looking forward to seeing you soon.
I believe it's pronounced Polish.
Polish.
Somebody just asked, I saw a little bit ago, they asked why Ireland isn't included on our tour, and I believe the question was from Catherine Doran.
Catherine.
And I want to know that too. I've been saying that for a long time.
We don't know Catherine.
I've never been to Ireland. I've been touring for like 11 years and I've never been to Ireland, so.
Did you guys go to Ireland before Jade and I were in the band?
No, I don't think so.
We've never been to Ireland.
AFI's never been to Ireland. We don't know. We don't know why. We don't know why. Nicole wants to know if we'll come back to New York anytime soon. Let's hope.
Did you guys play in New York before Jade and I were in the band?
I think we did. A few times. We played New York many times. You know, we used to play in New York at this place called Coney Island High in the Lower East Side. That was a lot of fun. Some of the D-Generation guys on that, I think. They had something to do with it.
Was it Howie that ran it?
Did Howie run it?
I feel like he did.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Howie ran it or not.
Somebody could Google it, maybe.
There's a fun club that we used to play there. And one time, the last time we were going to play Coney Island High, I think it was with you, Hunter, right? In 1997. We were on the way to play Coney Island High, and this type of thing happened to us often when we were, touring in a van and we were playing shows and booking them ourselves. We were on our way to Coney Island High, and this was, maybe we were in New Jersey or maybe we were in Pennsylvania at the time, and we kept hearing rumors along the road that Coney Island High didn't exist anymore. And this, of course, was pre-internet and pre-cell phones. And we got there, and it was true. The club didn't exist, which was really sad. So the last time we played there, we actually didn't play there. Did we end up playing a show at all? Oh, we went and played the Garage, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we used to play shows at our friend's. Heckle had a garage in Paramus, New Jersey. Is that correct, Paramus? So we went back and we played that day. Went back and played in the Garage in 1997 for like the third time or something like that.
Was that the show where mid-song the Heckle guys ran in and grabbed you and dragged you outside and threw you in the pool?
I think it was earlier. Okay. I don't think that was the one, but our friends did throw me into a pool.
We should do an all garage tour.
Can I not come? Please, can I not come? So let's see. Here's a question. Oh, it went away. Let's see. Here's a question. Are there any songs you wish you could play live but are too hard to pull off in that setting?
Yes.
Okay.
The song "Smile" is difficult for me. "Smile" is on Black Sails.
No, it's on Art of Drowning.
It's on Art of Drowning. It's really technical for me, and the last time we attempted to play it was at the Phoenix Theater in probably 2002 or something, 2001. And halfway through the song, I was sitting behind my drums with no drumsticks in my hands, and that was a horrible feeling for me.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably the problem right there. You gotta,
if you use the drumsticks, it would probably help.
Maybe these days I'd have an easier time doing it, but I've always had some sort of I've been afraid of that song for some reason, so that's one that I prefer to not play.
Julie Huss McIlroy asks, what are you guys doing for Valentine's Day? And I believe we will be on a plane.
In Japan.
Is that correct? Or no, wait, when is it?
That's romantic.
It is romantic, romantic.
We'll be together
over the Atlantic. Will we already be there, or will we have just gotten to Japan?
That's a good question. When we get to Japan, will it be the 15th already?
Yeah.
Do we miss Valentine's Day?
I miss it entirely, when you're in a band, you don't have days. There aren't Saturdays, there aren't Tuesdays, there aren't Valentine's Days. It all blends together. It makes no difference. You just get on planes and you go places and you play, or you go places and you record, or you go places and you talk to everybody. So Valentine's Day it's just another day, unless of course it's a day that we're making you guys personalized Valentines, which we did last year. Hope some of you got some of those. Let's see. I think we've stalled out. We've been here for quite a while on this page. Can we go forward? Apple R. Let's see. Is there anything fresh? Bam. Fly over the Atlantic to get to Japan? Nice.
No, that's weird.
No, I said that. I'm sorry. Yeah. Melissa, what is your favorite song to play live? We probably none of us have a favorite song to play live, right?
there's probably a good 10 or 12 songs that I like to play live.
Yeah.
At any moment.
Yeah.
And that's what it's like when he plays all the songs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's just pull something randomly from here. Laura Flippa, doesn't say where you're from, Laura, asks, do you prefer playing live and being on tour, or do you prefer writing the lyrics and the music for the new songs? Why? People ask us this question a lot, and there are really good moments to all of the experiences. Of course, the most exciting and the most immediately satisfying thing for us is when we get to perform the songs that we love live for a group of people. But it is also nice to, after a long period of time of writing and rehearsing and recording music, to actually finally hear that finished product and hear what we've been working towards actually achieved, hopefully. At least in modern times, we would achieve it. Back then we didn't have the opportunity to do so, but we at least tried as hard as we could. So hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah. Let's see. Who does your hair? Who does your hair? I do my own hair, but once a week. For free. Yeah. I used to charge myself, but, you know, it got a little pricey, so I got myself a discount. But what about you? What about you guys?
Hunter does my hair. Yeah. Adam, you want to pull something out?
Sure. A couple questions back, I saw the question, who is our favorite opening band that's toured with us? And I don't think I can come up with one solid answer, so I'll default by saying that it was a real pleasure having Ceremony on tour with us recently. It's nice to see people playing real punk rock that's not derivative, but is sort of fresh, but it also, you know, does take a lot from past music. It's nice to know that people still play thrash. They were really fun to have on tour.
Okay, I'm gonna answer the next question that comes up.
Okay. There's a question mark for that. Adam, question mark.
Adam?
Adam? Yes. Ask Adam. Yes.
Okay, this person has asked this question a million times, so I'm gonna answer it.
Okay, who's the person?
Did you read the story that you got in Seattle? That story was given to me as I was walking down the street. And that story was on the bus, and it was read.
It's true.
I think we read pretty much most of it.
Yeah.
I have it still, so
We're going to get through it.
So if you think that you give stuff to us and we just throw it away, or we don't enjoy it or appreciate it, wrong.
And we can prove it. Real quick. Julian
Ganache.
Julian Panache, right? Julian Panache. There you go. Danny, sir, or man who wrote that question, which I believe would probably be a miss.
Well, there was a picture with her with Miss Beards.
Oh, okay. It would be a miss, presuming that you are the auteur.
Yeah, Julian, Danny,
Jones.
Michael
Mickey.
Tyler R. asks, do any of you still skateboard? No, Michael, we don't, but we spent many years skateboarding. Skateboarding was really influential to music. Music and subculturing went hand in hand at the time that we started listening to music and we started skateboarding in the 80s. There was a lot of tie between skaters and, you know, subculture music, whether it be hardcore, or whether it be, you know, death rock, whether it be industrial, just, you know, alternative music was so broad at that point that the subcultures kind of meshed together, and skateboarding was perceived to be a really subversive act. It wasn't something that was accepted. People didn't like skaters. People didn't like skaters in their town, and a lot of skaters listened to a lot of great music, and there were, Thrasher Magazine did compilations called Skate Rock of these bands that sang about skateboarding that were comprised of skaters or just appealed to skateboarding, and you know, a lot of us.
One of my first exposures to punk rock music was one of those compilations.
Was one of the two skate rocks. What are they called? Like Prevent This Tragedy? Wasn't that one of them?
Yeah, I think that was the one. It had JFA, Big Boys, yeah,
Faction.
Those were important.
Drunk Engines. So Hunter, since that's your face, what's your favorite pre-show meal?
Cereal. Granola.
It's hard to decide what to eat before you play because, well, probably more so as a vocalist, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but you have to make sure not to eat too close to the show time or else you will throw up during the set.
I think that applies to all of us.
Okay, yeah. So, where are we? Let's see. Let's go here. I'm just gonna pick another random one. Jennifer Rose M from LA, where we are right now. Jennifer asks, this goes to all the band members, what is your all-time favorite song and what does it remind you of?
That's a tough question.
I don't think so. The thing is, I don't think really any of us have favorites unless you really narrow it down. So let's see. I'm going to change this up. I'm going to narrow it down for you, Jennifer. Jade Puget, what is your all-time favorite hardcore song from Los Angeles from that was recorded or current somewhere between 1980 and 1982?
I would probably say Jealous Again by Black Flag.
That is correct. That is correct. Jealous Again from Black Flag is the correct answer.
Okay, I've got a question for you.
Okay.
This is more AFI related.
Okay.
Davey Habit.
Yes, Hunter Bergen.
What is your favorite AFI song called It Was Mine?
That would be It Was Mine.
That's correct.
Okay.
What happened to your lip ring, David?
What happened to my lip ring is I got into a fight. I was walking down the street in Berkeley on 4th Ave, having just finished getting my eyebrows done, and I was wearing some icy gray pants that I'm very fond of, and a man.
I would have fought you.
Filthy, yeah, just for the pants, right? Yeah. So, the man didn't start the fight because of the pants. Really, I started the fight because what he did to my pants. He was this like kind of cracked out, gross, disgusting human being with a dirty, filthy bike, and he ran his bike into my pants, soiling the pants, which is totally unacceptable. I said, "What the fuck are you doing?" He said, "You got a problem with me, man?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got a problem. You're walking your filthy fucking bike in the middle of the sidewalk and you got my pants all dirty. These are white pants." And he said, "What you gonna do about it, pink shoes?" I go, "I'm not gonna do anything about it. Just get your fucking bike off the street." And he took a swing at me and I pulled back. He ran away, but when I pulled back, I caught myself on my jacket. Pulled the lip ring right out on the ground. So I said,
more like got in a fight with your jacket than
the jacket pulled it out. Yeah, the jacket pulled it out,
I didn't even know this story. I thought you were kidding when you started the story.
No, it's a true story.
Wow.
Yeah, so tore it out of my face. I said whatever. The guy bailed down the street. Whatever.
Stupid bico.
Stupid bico. Filthy. Oh, there was another question. I want to hear more Spanish in your songs. Jacqueline HR. Pues, es posible que vamos a cantar en español más en el futuro, pero ahora no hay. Lo siento. ¿Qué puedo hacer? Davey, who is your biggest influence, music or family-wise? Wow, that's an interesting question. That's broad. Music or family-wise? How about this? You know what? When I bring it down to my inception, I guess it wasn't inception, but the roots of my interest in music, I think it would have to be both my mother and my grandfather, because when I was a very, very young baby boy, they would carry me around and they would sing to me. My grandfather would sing songs from the 20s, and I learned the songs, and it would really elate my family when I would go to family functions, because I would be singing songs from like my great-grandmother's era, my grandmother's era, and her sisters and their brothers would hear this little kid singing these songs, and they would encourage me to repeat them and sing them at these family functions into a wooden spoon, and they would thereafter pay me. They would give me quarters and dollars, so that was very influential, and I've
been professional for a long time.
I've been professional since I was about three years old. Yeah.
I'm going to take a question from this list, if you don't mind. This question is from Mary Patterson, and she's asking us what our thoughts are on the AFI News headquarters website. And my thoughts is I like that site a lot. I'm actually continually impressed with how a lot of the information on the site is stuff that I don't even know about yet. So oftentimes I can learn about future tour dates. I can see, cuts of our videos sometimes before they've been sent to me. All kinds of stuff, interviews that we've done. And I'm just impressed that everyone who's involved with that takes the time to do it because they care about us. So if you haven't checked it out, AFI News Headquarters, it's a good site.
I saw a good question up there. It asks us, I mean he or she, I'm sorry I didn't see who you were, but you'll know when I ask the question. Someone just asked us, are meet and greets awkward? And sometimes yes, sometimes they are, sometimes they're not, and it all depends on the interactions with the people. Sometimes we do meet and greets where it's very clear that the people who are coming to the meet and greet have absolutely no knowledge of who we are or what we do, and they've simply won a contest to meet someone in a band, and they're excited about that, but they don't know anything about AFI, nor do they really care about AFI beyond.
We just had one of those.
Yes.
And this happens sometimes. It goes back to what you're saying. People don't really know who they are. They just want to contest. This girl, I could tell she didn't know who we were. And I was like, how did you, get into this meet and greet, or how did you win this, or whatever? She's like, well, I called the radio station, and I was going to request a Jesse James song, and they gave me tickets to the show.
There you go.
I'm like, you never heard of us before? No.
Yeah.
So sometimes
it can get awkward, but but not all the time. I mean, we've had some really great meet and greet experiences where people just act like normal, polite, gracious people.
And Jesse James? Wow.
Jesse James is a pop artist. Jesse James is a pop artist.
Also an old-timey gunslinger.
That's true. He also slings guns, and I think he's also some guy who builds hot rods. Is that correct? But I imagine she was requesting a song from a pop singer, and I know this because there's a great house remix of one of her songs, so I thought she was a house artist, and when I searched for music, I found out that she wasn't a house artist. Just one of those old-timey, wild, wild west, progressive trance artists.
Where were we? Coming from the film. Whoop. Okay, we missed that one. It's gone. What is the best AFI tat you've ever seen? Okay, Neil Walter. This is the first one that just came to my mind, though there are many really great AFI tattoos out there. But within the past year or year and a half, I was at the 924 Gilman Street project trying to get some cred, How did it work out? Lost it. Couldn't find it. Lost all the cred. But while I was there, I saw a young man came up to me and he said that he was a fan of the music and of our records, and I thanked him, and he said he wanted to show me a tattoo that he had, and across his chest in huge lettering it said, "This hate is fucking real." And I thought that was absolutely fantastic. That was one of my favorite AFI tattoos
What about
I've ever seen.
What about the recent tattoo that we saw that was a slice of key lime pie?
Definitely one of the
That
best.
said, "Fuck you, I'm mean."
Basically, if your tattoo says fuck, it's going to be one of the best
Seems
tattoos
to be
ever.
one of the best tattoos ever. This chest is fucking real. This chest is fucking real. But there's time. You can get another one. David, you're so awesome, and I missed you. Sorry, man. It's flipping fast. How about that Black Audio tour? Yes, after the Crash Love tour. Was the Scranton signing sans Davey weird? That was the best signing ever.
I think that signing was the most fun. We all had a good
It's like
time.
this black cloud had lifted, and we didn't realize it had been there until it was gone. We did have a picture of him from Sing the Sorrow era, though, with long hair, and we pasted it to the chair, so he was sort of there in spirit.
Nice. It was weird for me because I kept thinking I was at a signing when I was swooning and laid out on the bathroom floor of the Scranton Hospital, trying both simultaneously to throw up and not to throw up, and I thought it was one of the strangest signings I'd ever been to.
I want to answer that question.
Okay, go ahead.
There was a question that said, I missed who it was from, but Hunter, what is your favorite AFI song to play on guitar?
Oh! Bass guitar.
Bass guitar.
No, guitar. Yeah, just like, I play a lot of AFI songs on guitar when I'm at home by myself, but probably, God Called Super Day is one of my favorites,
Mm-hmm. You enjoy that?
Just sit in my room by myself and play it,
My favorite is the middle eight of Bleed Black, and I don't know the first part or the last part, but I know the middle eight.
You can play that?
Yeah, Jade showed me.
I can't play
What's
that.
the other song you know how to play on guitar?
I'm really good at playing Silent Lucidity by Queensryche. It's actually the only thing I can play on guitar other than the middle eight of Bleed Black. But I'm pretty good at it.
You should go on tour and just play Silent City in the middle of it.
I taught myself how to play that when I was a kid on a guitar that was horribly out of tune. So later in life, when I actually was around guitars that were in tune, I had to relearn it because all the frets were in different places. But it's probably my favorite song.
You know, someone asked me on here. I usually don't answer these questions because I find them generally inconsequential, but kind of got a story behind it a little bit. Someone asked me where I get my plugs, the jewelry that I wear, and they come from a place called Anatometal in Santa Cruz, and the jeweler there, his name is Barry, and he is a fantastic jeweler. He does amazing work, and what's really interesting is he took me on a tour of his jewelry making facility, which is really large and has all this high-tech computer precise precision water. You got to keep things at the right heat and temperature, and electronics and typing to, you know, drill everything and set the diamonds perfectly, and just make everything come out really, you know, perfectly. And he never went to school for any of it. He just got in there because he loved making jewelry, learned how to do stuff, taught himself how to make all this jewelry, and now he has this amazing company, which is testament to will and ambition. If you're into something, you should do it. I'm mimicking Conan O'Brien right now, as a matter of fact. Like, it's you know, it's kind of like being in our band. We didn't know how to play instruments, but we wanted to play music, so we just went for it. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pick something up. We're all silent. Let's see here. Hopefully I won't, you know, I'm just going to pick something up.
What's a good ink place in the Bay Area? You guys probably know the answer to that.
Absolutely. Blackheart Tattoo in San Francisco.
Valencia and Nebos.
Or,
But I have a feeling that Bella already knows where that is.
is that true? Well, Bella, maybe you don't know where Temple Tattoo is?
She might not know where Temple is.
Okay, Temple Tattoo in Oakland, California. Freddie Corbin's finest shop. So yeah, if you're in Northern California, go there and get tattooed. If you are not in Northern California and want one of the best tattoos that you can get anywhere, go to Northern California. And but before you do, talk to some of those artists. What do you got?
Someone just said they had the worst experience at an AFI concert because a refrigerator-shaped man pushed them away from the front of the crowd.
Wow, that's probably Refrigerator Perry.
Cubic man.
William Refrigerator Perry.
He has been a fan. He used to come see us in Lakeport when we play.
The beard is sort of the shape and size of a refrigerator too.
It is true. Hunter, why do you use a pick?
No, why do you use pick?
Oh, why do you use pick?
I use pick because I use pick and finger.
Pick helpful?
I use finger
And pick.
and pick. Mostly pick because it's rock and roll.
That's true. That's true. I'm going to grab another question from here. Let's see. It says, Adam.
Yes,
You and Davey are the original members of AFI.
it's true.
I read that when the band was first formed, everyone had difficulty with playing the instruments. Did you already know how to play, or did you just pick it up? Also, I've noticed that the Jolly Roger... Okay, let's just answer the first question.
Okay. At the time, I thought I could play. I was the only person who owned an instrument at the time. I had a drum set that I got when I was in the 7th grade, but had been collecting dust in the attic. But I played drums for about 6 months before that, and I thought I could play really well. But as the years wore on, I realized that I didn't know shit. So, yeah.
You know, there's someone, I'm looking over your shoulder and not paying attention to you at all and watching the screen. And there's a person named Raymond who keeps asking if we mean to touch lives with our music. No, we don't mean to. When we do, it's very, very gratifying and very exciting to know that what we do and what comes naturally to us has such an impact on people. But there's not something that we really set out to do. I don't think that is something you can set out to do and actually achieve successfully. I think it would, come off, whatever you're trying to do would come off seeming contrived or forced. But we really, really do appreciate it when people tell us that our music has moved them in some way. The Fresno show was great, like Tony the Tiger. Thank you, Brianna Booze. When are you coming to West Virginia? Are we coming to West Virginia?
I don't have anything scheduled right
Have we
now.
been there recently?
We already came there.
Yeah, we were just in West Virginia, weren't we? Weren't we in Virginia? We were in Virginia.
Not West Virginia.
No, we weren't in West Virginia. Actually, I don't know if we've played West Virginia.
Never ever?
I don't think so.
I would guess that we haven't.
Wow.
What is the capital of West Virginia?
What is the capital of West Virginia? Fitch would know.
Somebody asked about my dog, Munch. She's great. A pinhead.
Do you remember my 10-year-old from the Webster? You have inspired her to write songs. The Webster.
Is that in Connecticut? The Webster Theater?
Webster Hall.
Good job.
Webster Hall. Well, that is fantastic. We are very happy to know that we've inspired a 10-year-old to make music. That's great. Let's take Ignite or Bleeding Through on a U.S. tour. Sounds good. Sounds like a good plan. We've toured with Bleeding Through a few times. Great band, great people.
We played with Ignite recently in a festival in Vienna.
And we played with it. Didn't we play with Ignite at the Whiskey in the mid '90s? Yeah. We played with Ignite at the Whiskey in the mid '90s, and I feel like we played with Ignite maybe in the Inland Empire as well. I think Speak was on Dano's band. Speak 274. Speak 714. Dan Mahoney's band was on the bill as well. Maybe Triceratops, Chris Lisk of Affliction Thing.
Why is Catherine Doolin still asking the same question after I answered it? Catherine Doolin. And did such an amazing Irish accent.
Charleston.
Charleston,
West Virginia.
Thank you, Samantha.
We should know that.
Thanks. Just like the dance. I think what we're going to do is we're going to answer one more question off this sheet down here, unless we're wowed with something, or someone's inspired immediately, and then we're going to let you watch the full-length director's cut of Beautiful Thieves. You guys got anything on there? Just going to bust something out there. Okay. Let's see. Just pulling something out of here. Melissa Vaught. First off, I absolutely love you guys, says Melissa Vaught from Meridian, Indiana. And hope you come back to Boise again. Did I get that wrong? She wants us to come back to Boise, but she's from Indiana. Okay. Boise was a lot of fun.
To tell us what to do.
I'm just questioning.
Who are you to question, Melissa?
No one. I'm sorry I questioned you, Melissa Vaught. You guys are amazing live. Thank you. First question. What albums that you guys have released is each of your guys' favorite? Crash Love. Will you guys ever do another song with Tiger Army? A Single Second is amazing, and what is better than my top two bands singing together? Okay. We've never done a song with Tiger Army, though Nick 13 did do guest vocals on A Single Second in 1997.
I don't think Tiger Army really existed in 1997. Maybe the idea existed
conceptually. Had you played on? Were you in Tiger Army?
in 97.
In 97, I recorded the first Tiger Army record in the fall of 96.
Oh yeah, because they used to play the Sheriff D Present shows.
Well, I'm sorry, not the first record.
In
in 95, I think it was in 96 that I did the 7-inch records with them.
Oh. Sorry, Nick.
Not the first record.
Oh yeah, because Nick and I were roommates in college, and that was when Tiger Army first existed in 1994. So, my bad.
So there you go.
So there's nothing. There's
some of the Tiger Army information, and you will not be seeing Nick 13 in the director's cut of this video, but know that he was just behind the camera while we were making it. Here it is for your viewing enjoyment. We hope you do enjoy it.
All the nudity, all the cursing, all the violence.
Everything you want. Beautiful Thieves.